Temurah Daf Yud Zayin, says the Mishnah, there are things that Temurah is more stringent than Kachim, and there are things that Kachim are more stringent than Temurah. Kachim is more stringent than Truma for the fact that you could actually make Temurah from Kachim, but you can't make Temurah from Temurah. You could have a communal carbon, you could have a carbon that's owned by partners, but you can't have a communal Temurah or a partnership in Temurah. And you can make Kachim from a limb, and you could take a fetus and make a Kachim, but you can't do so with Temurah. Temurah is more Chamor than Kachim, that you could do Temurah. Temurah is Chal on an animal that has a Mum Kavua, a permanent blemish. And if you try to redeem that animal by Temurah, it won't work. There won't be a heter to do Gizav Avodah. Whereas by Kachim, if you shouldn't be Magdash Bal Mum Kavua, but if you do, you can redeem it, and you can use the shearings, and you could use the animal by Avodah. You could work the animal. The other thing that the Mishnah says is that by Temurah, the halacha is that Shoigeg is like Mezid. If somebody does Temurah by mistake, it has the halacha of as if somebody did it on purpose. What does that mean? The Gemara has 6 explanations. Chizkiah says that if somebody thinks that you're allowed to do Temurah, an unbelievable halacha, he does Temurah because he thought he could, he gets Malkus. The Torah says Yihah, that Shoigeg is like Mezid, and he gets Malkus. If somebody is Magdash an animal that's Balmum, he thought you could, obviously you don't get Malkus. Another Lashon in Chizkiah is that you don't get Malkus Temurah. If you do Temurah, it becomes Kadosh, and by Kachim, it doesn't work, it doesn't become Kadosh. A third pshat, according to Rish Lakish and Rabbi Yochanan, if somebody wanted to say that this animal is a Oyla, and instead he said Shlamim, or for instance, he wanted to say that this black animal is Temurah, but instead he said on the white one, it works. But by Hegdish, it doesn't work. And the other Lashon is that if somebody wanted to say on the black animal that it's Temurah, and instead he said on the white animal that it's Temurah, he actually gets Malkus. But in Kachim, not so. According to Rabbi Yochanan, the 5th pshat, a person knows the Isser of Temurah. He understands what it is. But he thought that you're allowed to do a pidyon on an animal, meaning you could redeem an animal without a mum and just say that this animal should be instead, that this one should go out of its Kedusha and this one should come in, do a whole redemption for an animal that doesn't have a mum. That's what he thought. So it's Temurah, and he gets Malkus. And Kachim, the person knows that you're not allowed to eat Kachim, but he thought that you're allowed to eat in this case because it has a mum, he's Potter. And finally, the 6th pshat, according to Rav Sheshes, if a person says to himself, I'm going to go into this house and I'm going to create Temurah on a Balmum with my own das. I'm going to do it willingly. And he went in and he did it unwillingly. What does that mean he's doing it unwillingly? According to Rashi, he didn't know what he was talking about. And according to Taisvis, the pshat is that he just said, when I get in there, I'll do Temurah. And when he got in there, he forgot. So, according to Rav Sheshes, he gets Malkus on that. And if somebody does that by Hegdish, you don't get Malkus. And there's a situation where Temurah and Kachim are equal. The Gemara explains that when it comes to a non-kosher behema, just like a non-kosher behema, there's no such thing as Kedushas Haguf on a non-kosher behema, and you can redeem it without a mum. So too, there are animals that are puzzle, and they don't have in their own species an animal similar to them that are nekrav on the mizbeach that you can bring as kachim. These animals are not, you can't do Temurah on them. What are they? Kilayim. It's animal that it was born from 2 different types of animals, a tumtum androgynous, and yotzei doif, an animal that was born through cesarean. Rashi explains why is cesarean considered an animal that's not b'minoi karev. Rashi says that a cesarean, people wonder, where did this animal come from? It's considered its own species. Unbelievable. Tais explained by tumtum androgynous, people say that's a weird animal. But to understand yotzei doifen, you have to see Rashi. Treifa is not considered, even though a treifa animal, in its species, they are eaten. But over here, since it's usher to eat this specific animal, so therefore it's considered like a tame animal. Masha'enkin a balmum, you could eat a balmum, so it's not considered a different animal. So these animals, you don't do Temurah to them, even if they had Kedushas Haguf beforehand. How do they have Kedusha Aguf beforehand? So when it comes to a Caesarean, we say that somebody pointed in its mother's stomach and said that this animal should become Kaddish. When it comes to Tumtum Androgynos and Klein, we have to say that the mother was Kaddish before they were created, and it goes according to Rabbi Yehuda that says Vlad Kachim become Temurah. What about Treifa? Remeir says that Treifa is talking about that he was Magdish the animal first, and then later on it became Treifa. It seems like from Remeir that if he was Treif first and then he was Magdish, then it wouldn't be Chal. The Kedushas Haguf would not be Chal. And what do you do with it? You just redeem it and give the meat to the dogs. According to Shmuel, no. The Kedushas Haguf would be Chal, and therefore this animal has to die because you can't do Pidyon, you can't redeem it and give the meat to the dogs. And with that we finish the Perek Yesh B'Karbanos. The next Perek says that there are Kachim, that the offspring and the Temurah are Nekrav, you put them on the Mizbeach just like the originals, Ad Sof Ha'olam, for all generations. In other words, you do all the halachas that the original has. You do smicha and whatever halachas that are relevant to the actual korban. And that is shlamim, and not like Rebbe Eliezer that says that midrabanan the animal has to die. How do we know this? So the first pshat in the Gemara is from the word zachar. Zachar would refer to the vlad, to the offspring, and nekeva, the extra word nekeva, comes to be marba temurah. And by both of them it says im nekeva, im zachar, so the two ims are extra, and for that we learn the offspring of temurah and the offspring of balmum. The offspring of balmum, according to Rebbe Eliezer, you are makrivit because we're talking about a case that you were magdish oila, which is an akeva, and she could have offspring. According to Chachamim, yirachi yistayev, you let it graze until it befalls a balmum. According to the Braisa, we learn this out from the word rak kodeshecha teaches us tmurais, and asher yulach teaches us the offspring. Don't think that you bring this animal to the Beis Hamikdash and let it die there, but you instead, you're makrivit on the Mizbeach. Have a wonderful day.